Nigeria and Ghana has a lot in common. Is it the food? Is it the culture? Is it the politics? But let's talk about the politics. Okay. In Nigeria, we have a man called His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo. He used to be the president of Nigeria, and he was the man who declared democracy in Nigeria. And on the opposite side, which is Ghana, we have a man called His Excellency John Jerry Rawlings, which used to be the president of Ghana, and also he was the one who declared democracy in Ghana. Okay? These two people have a lot of similar stuff together, which I'm going to tell you today. You see, in Nigeria, there's a man called Sani Abacha, which was the president. He was a head of state. He was a military regime, right? He was a dictator. He took over the country. He was ruling. He was already ordered for Obasanjo to be killed the next day. Okay? But unfortunately for him, he just passed away the day before that day. I don't know what happened. They say he just slept and he didn't wake up. Some people say it's an heart attack. Some people say he ate apple. All kinds of stuff. All kind of rumor came up. Okay? But now, here's the flip side of the story. In Ghana, they had who we call John Jerry Rawlings. This man attempted the coup, but it didn't work out. Okay? Him and his crew was caught and prosecuted in public. During the prosecution, he was able to convince the public of his intention. And in the end, the public was in support of him. But regardless, they were still going to prosecute him anyway. So now, he now won his younger soldiers. He won their heart over during the prosecution, right? And then they went behind and freed him and then helped him carry out his purpose. That is, what's it called, the coup. He did the coup successfully. And now, what he did differently from the Nigerian Obasanjo, what Jerry Rawlings did differently from Obasanjo was that Jerry Rawlings knew that if he has continued, if he had left the generals to be in position, that he could only be there for so long. In the end, you have to get down. In the end, you have to step down. And when you step down, who are you stepping down to? That's a big question. You know, when he did the coup, when Jerry Rawlings did the coup at first, right? And then he won. He took over, right? He handed over it to a civilian. Then I think Hello Liman, Abi. He handed over it to him. And this man was the president, right? This man himself was not corrupt, but the people around him was corrupt. And they were doing a lot of stuff. And he could see where he was leading. And he came back and took the government again. And this time, he taught the people discipline, proper discipline, before he gave back the power. During his time, as a rich man, you have to explain your wealth. Let me read it to you. Don't think I'm just talking. During the early years of John Jerry Rawlings' rule, particularly under the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council, AFRC, in 1979, and the Provisional National Defense Council, PNDC, in the 1980s, people, especially business owners, traders, and public figures, very much had to account for their wealth. So this has to do with accountability of your wealth. That is why you see an average Ghanaian man will wear jersey and wear some shalewati, or wear some sandals, wear some short knicker, and look like doesn't have anything. But if you possibly look into this man, probably have like 4 houses in this lagoon, and then 1 house in Trasaku, and maybe 4 cars in each of these houses. But he's very quiet about the money. You get it? On the other hand, Obasanjo took power and became the president. People like what's it called, Buhari was there. A lot of this leader, Abacha and Babangida, all of them were there. He did not touch any of them, knowing that those people are still behind the background, instigating corruption and bribery and all of these things. You understand? That was a big mistake Obasanjo did. Otherwise, Nigeria could have been a lot better than it is right now. You understand? Of course, after John Rawlings left, he installed fear in the people. People now they don't have to explain their wealth. So they don't show their money. They don't display wealth. They don't display any of these things, right? And this is less pressure on the masses. This is less tension on the poor masses. Okay? On the other hand of Nigeria, people will steal money and come and flaunt this money in front of you, to your face, to the point that the poor man worships the rich man because he has this money. And no, normally anywhere in this world, people who are meant to worship money somehow. I don't know how that came up, but that is what it is. Okay? But in Nigeria, it is extreme. It is extreme. Only the poor man is right. When the poor man does something wrong, when the rich man does something wrong, is right. When the poor man does something wrong, is wrong. Sometimes you won't do the right thing as a poor man, say it is to be seen as wrong. Because what? Because you are poor. You understand? So on the other hand of Ghana now, even though Ghanaians are coming out of their shell gradually, now showing their wealth, they have these cars, they have this house, they have that, they have that. They're not coming out of their shell gradually from that disciplinary of Jerry Rawlings. You see, it was a good thing he did for Ghanaians, to be honest, in my own point of view. I'm not saying that it has to be everybody's point of view, but my own point of view, I think it was a good thing he did for for Ghanaians, you know, to be well disciplined, to explain their worth and all of these things. Even though they are coming out of their shells gradually, which the beauty of that behavior is still in there somehow. If Nigeria had the Jerry Rawlings, Nigeria would have been a lot better than it is right now. But we are hoping to find somebody else that will actually do better in Nigeria, because right now, the only thing that could change Nigeria is wipe out all the entire politicians and start over again. I mean, all the old politicians like Tinubu, what's it called, Atiku, Peter Obi, all of these guys, wipe them out entirely, because all of them are corrupt, one way or the other. I mean, I'm not saying we look for somebody who's saint, who's angel, who will rule without corruption, but at least, see, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want to hear snakes swallow money. They're asking you for money for project, you are fainting in the Parliament House, things like that, you know. So regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I hope this makes sense to you. Regardless, God bless Ghana, God bless Nigeria, God bless Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Presido, peace.